Welcome to this week's episode of Ask Simmo, courtesy of ECU. Plenty of great questions from the fans this week, thanks to everyone who sent them in. But first, when are you going on leave, mate? You don't, I don't want to ask you about it. I don't want to ask you about it. I actually don't care. I don't know if other people think that, but I actually don't really care that much.
But yet you started with it.
I know, because I wanted to get you having a bit of a laugh, because I know it's been a bit of a topic this week. I want to talk about footy first. I think fans, people watching on sometimes throw around the term, throw around the magnets, and we saw some players flip positions.
We did.
One in particular, Tom Barrass. Talk to me about that. How's that happen, and then what happens game day to make the change back?
It happened late in the week. We're looking at Essendon's side. We thought they'd come over with a quick side, and we thought, could we handle Rotham second rucking? And all the fallout from that would mean somehow it meant that Barrass was going to get pushed forward. I think because the Essendon's forward line was a bit small as well. I think their tallest was 193, Wiedemann maybe. So the stringer types, I thought, well, maybe we'll hand over to young Bazzo and Hearn and Yo down back, which more than confidence they can get the job done. So it wasn't until the captain's run I asked Tom if he wanted to play forward, and he couldn't say yes quick enough. So he kicked 5 in the captain's run in 10 minutes. And it actually brought a little bit of energy to the group. So I think it's something we'll try going forward. It lasted probably 10 minutes, and it wasn't like the backs weren't getting it done. It felt like the way that Essendon was scoring was through contests in the air, and whether it was contested mark or was getting brought to ground. So, and it wasn't going down deep in our forward line, which is always the conversation we had. If it's not coming in, when do we flip? Coincidentally, we kicked the goal straight away.
From Tom Barrass spoil?
From a Tom Barrass spot? No, well, it might have been from that, but I thought, geez, if we had just kept him there for a little bit longer, it might have turned itself around just through the game settling down. So, and we did throw it up during the game to do it again, but I didn't think we were too far off the game. I thought we were in it. We didn't kick straight for certain critical moments, and we conceded 1 or 2 goals late in the second, I think, and that sort of made it a challenge halfway through the third. We missed a few more opportunities, so I didn't think we were that far off where I was going to start just throwing the magnets around with something to do.
Thank you. Let's get to the fans. Flying.hellish asked, what was the message to the players following the improved performance against the Bombers after the game?
Yeah, we're out to win. So when we play better but lose, we're not satisfied. So I said this a couple of times, that's sort of the minimum for us. That's that effort and the approach to the game, playing to win, that's the minimum. So I think getting a few players back helped as well, mate. I think we're missing 11 out of our top 18, the Hawthorn game. To get Yo, Barrass and Hearn back, even Luke Edwards, who didn't play for too long, just settled things down a tiny bit, and then we brought effort for the most part. So that's the minimum, and the next part is actually winning some quarters and winning a game. And that's it's sad we're saying that, mate, but that's just reality. That's where we're at.
Yep, fair enough. Miguel Sanchez has a question for you. Was Jaden Hunt's move back brought on by Jermaine Jones' injury? How did you see his game?
Yeah, he's been flipping a little bit. We'd like to have one of those two down back just to give us some speed, and he definitely did that in the weekend. I don't know how many metres gained he got, but it would have been 600 or 700 metres gained, which is not how far you run with the ball, it's also how far you kick it. So some people play for metres gained. I think Brad Shepard used to play for that back in the day.
So don't side-eye me.
No, it wasn't you. No, it was Shep. I just remember him trying to get his numbers up. So he had bricks for hands. He would never handball it. And
correct.
Just take his...
Should try playing with him, mate. You watch him from the box.
Oh, mate, you try coaching him.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's that. We think he's important for us with our run. And you've got to try and be brave at stages. And we're playing the best team in the comp at it this week in Collingwood.
Yes, big challenge coming up. Jake Ferreira asked, is Andrew Gaff using his run to play a specific role in the forward line? We touched on that a little bit last week, but he went again this week. Well,
no, he started on the wing, and then when Luke went out with the concussion, we had to put him back forward. So, unfortunately for Gaffy, he's a victim of availability, and without many forwards, especially Cripper and Liam Ryan are big outs for us. So, and Patricia Seaton as well. So we're trying to play some of these makeshift players in different positions, not makeshift players, but you know what I mean. Gaffy trying to play him as a forward, he hasn't done that ever. Connor West has been a permanent forward, he's an on-baller. O'Neill went forward in the second half. So just that's the difficult part. Bazzo played forward, Rotham played forward, and I think you just don't have that synergy in the front half, and that's why you got to tip your hat to Oscar, who's 23-year-old trying to get the best out of the team with probably a lot of forwards who aren't used to playing there.
Question from me without notice. Ruben Jimby played back a lot on the weekend. Well, started there.
No, he didn't.
Perfect, great.
No, what he did is Yowie started in the middle,
Yeah.
and Ruben started back, and they flipped over at some stage, and the other end Stringer was doing the same thing, and wanted to give Yowie a taste of the contest, but predominantly they flipped straight away, and I don't know if we'll do that again this week, but that at our best, I think there's going to be flexibility in our side with Shuey and Yo and Ruben can all play back and on ball, and I think there's something there down the track.
Very good. Sasa Ordino wants to know how we stop the rampant Pies this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We haven't had an opposition meeting yet, so we beat them last year, round 4. So I'll just tell the boys to do that. I think both teams might have evolved since then, but no, we're actually really looking forward to it. And look, we're going to play at our best, see how we go. They're obviously in really good form at the moment, really good in confidence, really high. We're coming off a better week, so we're looking for improvement again.
We had one lucky last question from Anson Walker. He's wondering if there's any hints for Wednesday's upcoming mid-season draft for our fans.
We'll definitely take someone with Jai going out of the side or out of the. So when they can no longer return, they go into a long-term injury, and you can put someone else on the list. Whether we take a second pick or not will be a discussion we'll have. Whether Jermaine Jones gets through his surgery good enough to come back this year. So there's probably 4 to 5 players who are around 17, 18 return to play, and I want to keep that motivation still there. So, for example, Tommy Cole, to pull him out so we can put someone on the list means he can't come back this year, and I don't think we should do it to Tom, and the depth of the mid-season draft's not as strong as a normal draft. So we'll work through that tomorrow. I'd say we'd be looking for a forward, mid or a back.
No ruckman?
Or a ruck.
Okay, perfect. You'll be disappointed to know that I haven't nominated Simmo. So
No,
I didn't quite qualify.
I'm not disappointed about that.
Awesome. That brings us to the end of Ask Simmo for this week, courtesy of ECU. A great challenge this week, Saturday night
mate.
against the Pies. Good luck.
Good on you.